Hey kids, I am back. I know it's like I hardly ever stream anymore. Get it? Because I'm bad at uploading. I'm listening to a song by Macross called, No Limits. I really like it. Knowing me, I'm gonna overdo it and listen to it 60 times more than I should, and then I'm gonna hate it, you know? But that's fine. So my sister's boyfriend, who we'll call Daryl, because his name isn't Daryl, said 71 subscribers. Or 70, even 70, man. It's stupid. Said that deep voice Jimmy is hard to get used to. Now, I know it's because I live with myself. I live in the same house as myself. But I don't really feel like I have that much of a deep voice, even when compared to... Hold up. Even when compared to, like, fairly recent past... I don't know what I'm saying anymore. But he's really cool. If you haven't met him, that's a darn shame. But he's really cool, and he'll say, like, ring in the era. Oh, shoot, I just got a text. He'll say, like, ring in the era of Adidas Jimmy if I buy, like, an Adidas hat or something. He's really funny. He's a funny boy. Again, it kind of sucks that some of my viewers are in, like, Germany and stuff, because, you know, they'll never get to meet him. But that's fine, I guess. I'm playing Refunked again. Probably gonna overdo this game also. I'm gonna play it too much. Haven't done it quite yet though, which is good. Still would absolutely recommend buying it at the low price point of $10. Not $10 even. I don't know where I got that from. $2.99. It's $3, which is beyond ridiculous, you know. Makes you wonder how people stay afloat in the market world. And remember, good games sell really well. So you can afford to lower the price. That brings up the question: why is the iPhone 10 $1,200 for the 256 GB version? Kind of dumb, but you know, I understand why. Actually, no, I don't. Apple is a ginormous company that does not need me paying $1,200 to stay afloat. I really like this song. It's really good. It's beautiful. Hopefully I don't get too existentially like friggin' last stream. I really enjoy this song. Today's been a pretty coolio kind of day. Today's been a pretty tight day. I say the word tight in reference to like how something, you know, feels or looks or something. Like if I'm feeling a particularly good controller, I'll say, oh, this controller is tight. Or if I like the controls, you know, this controller's tight. Or if I like someone's computer background, I'll say, oh, the computer background's tight. Except the problem with living and saying that when you go to high school and are surrounded by pubescent boys, is that I was like, ha 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 ha, vagina joke. And it isn't, it's just me saying, hey, I like your computer background. It's pretty cool, you. You know? I say coolio too much. It's a good word to use, though. You know? There's some things that can only be described with, like, a slang term. Some things, for me, can only be described as tight. Like, I don't know how to describe Sonic Mania controls other than tight. Well, they're pretty loose. You know, Breath of the Wild controls, they're extremely tight. They feel... Oh, crap, I failed. They feel really good to do anything, you know. Everything feels very natural. Link isn't super slidey. The controls are tight. Or, my computer background right now, I think it's pretty tight. My friend Julian designed it. Have you ever heard a recording of yourself and said, oh, is that really what I sound like? If you have, the answer is yes. People sound weird when they're on camera or recorded. Just remember that it's okay. It's okay to not like your self-image, just as long as, you know, you don't do anything irrational based on said feeling of dislike toward your self-image. Actually, I'd like to revoke what I said about it's okay to hate yourself, because it isn't. Because it's okay to hate yourself is essentially what I just said. And if you know me, or if you watch my streams, I guess, because I don't really let my friends in on this part of me, I hate it when people hate themselves, you know. In my opinion, I'm the only person who is allowed to do this, because, you know, it's part of, it's absolutely a bias, but it's because I have always thought of people as better than me, you know. Because, you know, my self-esteem is very bad. But, you know, it's fine. It's really okay as long as I don't do anything stupid based on said self-esteem being low. Which I try not to do. I try not to be stupid in general, but, you know, if you're watching this video, if you've seen any of my videos, actually, if you've seen my Instagram even, you know that plan doesn't always work. It's not the tightest plan. I really do enjoy music. It's hard to make, though. Music is very hard to make. I have a lot of respect for people who can design music, like, easily. I was gonna say like that, or like butter or something, but I didn't. So, yeah, not that funny. Not really funny at all. It's stupid. Why did I think that was funny, of all things I could possibly have said? I was like, you know, I was gonna make a genuine comparison, but now let's pretend like make music like easy is funny. Let's pretend like that's funny, you know. I don't know about you, but I hate people pretending that I'm cool or whatever. There's nothing worse than it to me. Like fake friends, I freaking hate the idea of fake friends. Probably because I had a bunch. Have currently, probably. I don't know. I've gotten better at discerning who really cares about me. But the fact that anybody does is pretty cool, so I can accept that people are not really my friend, you know. Just because I've got those people who really do care about me. And also, if they care enough to be my fake friend, then that must mean that they care about me in some way, you know. You gotta find little pockets of truth in every single thing in order to stay sane in this weird world, you know. Maybe pockets of truth isn't the right word. Definitely isn't the right set of words. It's more like, well, you know, you gotta look for the beauty in life, you know. So. Question of the day, I guess. Why did I've never started calling that, you know? I try not to name stuff on my channel. Like, oh, question of the day, that's cool and random. When in reality, it's just exactly what everybody else is doing, and you're kind of failing to be original. That's why I try not to do stuff, because it's, well, not do stuff, but, you know. I try not to be cookie cutter. But I'm sure, like, some of my mannerisms are absolutely, definitely inspired by other people. Heavily. So. But by cookie cutter, I mean, like, if you know me, you know that I don't like furniture stores because everything is the same. You know, furniture stores really give you that feeling of nothing I own is original. There's 50,000 of it. 50,000 versions of it that are just like mine. And, you know, that's not saying I don't buy stuff from stores. I definitely buy stuff from stores, but if given the choice between making a painting that might not be as objectively beautiful, but means more, than you know, like a cookie cutter furniture store painting, I'll probably take the time and make a painting. Just because I like that feeling of originality. But then there's some cookie cutter stuff that's true. Or, no, that's true. That's cool. I'm stupid. Like, I have this moving sandscape type deal where you flip it over and sand falls down. It's not like a magnifying. Imagine like an hourglass stretched out and with water in it. Water and blue food coloring. That's essentially what it is. And I love it because it looks, you know, so goofy, but it looks a little bit tight. That, and I have magnetic hourglass, so the sand will clump together and make spikes. This is pretty cool. Maybe someday I'll show it on camera. My son is going to die at 28. Maybe earlier. What did I say the question of the day was? Ooh. Can't stand drama, man. It's too much for me. Probably why I'm not popular, but yeah. Who said I wanted to be, right? But the reason I can't stand drama is because, you know, it's too tiring. It's all about slander and negative stuff that I try not to look at. I try to be pretty chill, but, you know, it's hard to ignore the sweet siren call, I guess is what it might be called. That is drama. Because I know drama is pretty hard not to get curious about. Like, if something particularly piques your interest, it's hard to curb it and say, no, I know this is drama. It's taken out of context. People are all, you know, they're all wrong. And it's just going to make me sad or angry at someone. It can be very hard to make yourself do that, I guess. Make yourself not do that, I'm sorry. Is there a game you play at night? Like a game that just plain relaxes you? The game for me is Refunct. Refunct is a pretty special game to me, one could say. Huh. I think I just learned something new about this game. Ah, crap, I messed up because I suck at everything. Huh. That's pretty neato. What's something you tend to overdo? For me, it's like songs and stuff. I'll listen to songs on repeat for hours and then I hate them. And I find a new one. It's like, oh, this one is definitely superior in every way. I can't get tired of it, you know. And I do. It's a vicious and inevitable cycle that cannot be escaped. I probably stole that line from somewhere, I don't even know. I get none of my humor from myself. I don't make jokes anymore, I just steal them, you know. It's way easier. I mean, there's some jokes I made, like, most of the actual jokes, but my style of humor is definitely stolen. It's the worst experience of your life. I don't know. I'm curious about my viewers today. It's always a good day to learn something. If you could not tell, I am fairly tired. But, you know, I had to stream tonight because I didn't last night. And, you know, it's fine to take a break. I don't call it so much a break as we went to, most of the places we went to. That would not be good. You know, we were out and about seeing my sister who will be in college. Class of, I don't know. Class of 2 years from now, probably, maybe. Do green and pink look good together? I don't think they do. I need to make an image to demonstrate it to myself, but I really don't feel like making an image right now. Like, at all. There's nothing on this planet. Alright, I freaking hate the fact that I can't... I hate the fact that I hate myself, is essentially what I'm trying to say. But there's nothing that I would rather not do more than make a freaking image tonight. I do every single day. I freaking make an image. I try to make these vaporwave aesthetic things. And they look bad. So the last thing I would ever want to do right now is make another freaking one. In art, I freaking try to make vaporwave stuff and it doesn't work. In, like, I don't even know what to compare this to. It's more block than I've ever gotten with YouTube, which is saying a lot because I've gotten YouTube block a lot. For clarity, I'm speaking of the feeling where you don't really know what to do. Stuck in a rut where the days are bland. Still in your job that's pure dead end. Education connection. Get matched for free. Have you ever done something or said something and you're like 100% sure of it? Except you're so incredibly wrong, you don't even know how you thought that it was real? That's how I felt about the price tag of Mario Sunshine. I offered my friend $60, $50 actually, because I thought that that would be a good deal. You want to know what the actual price of it is? $30. Right? I have this game called like Grip Tape Backboard or whatever. And I can't play it because it slows my computer down. Which is a freaking shame because it sucks and it's really good and it's like a vaporwave type game. If you didn't know, I really like vaporwave. Like, for example, I'm listening to it now. It's pretty much all that I listen to nowadays. Nowadays, isn't that a funny word? I remember when people used to say that all the time. No, I don't. Can't believe we have 70 subscribers. That's crazy. This channel is for the boys. Not the boys specifically, but you know what I mean. It's for my subscribers who come here to freaking unwind and to relax and... How would you describe this channel? Like, what's it feel? I hope it feels safe spacey. Because that's really all I want for this channel to be. Man, it's so tiring, the real world is. So it's very relaxing to have a safe space. I personally don't have one, so I make this one for you boys. That's not entirely true. There's a person I can confide anything in. Confide. I think that's the word. I didn't say that sentence correctly. There is a person with whom I can confide anything. That person's name is Psych. You thought I was going to tell you their name. Don't judge a book by its cover, please. Also, because, you know, just out of general respect, I don't want to have them get assaulted by men wearing togas. What am I saying? I'm too friggin' tired for YouTube right now. All I can think about is bald men in togas. Don't ask me why, because I can't tell you why. Because I don't know why. If I knew why, I would tell you. I was about to say something I regret, but hey, I didn't. That's a skill, right? Wrong. That's a basic human function. Functions are pretty cool, you know? I like functions. I like math really a lot. Maybe too much. I'm lazy, though. That's my downfall. I was about to say my one downfall, but then I remembered that I am a very, very, very stupid boy. So I've got plenty of downfalls. But, you know, that's fine. You don't have to be perfect. If anybody makes you feel like you have to be perfect, you probably shouldn't be hanging out with them. It's true for anything, really. If there's someone who won't accept you for you, then they probably don't deserve you to be you, you know? I got to bed at freaking 10 last night, which is very late for me. I go to bed at 8:30 every single day. Except for weekends. Because I've got strict parents. I've always had strict parents. So parents are a great thing to have. I know people, I don't even I make it seem like, oh, parents are the worst. But it really, I feel like I know that I appreciate my parents a lot. I've also valued rules a lot and order and sanity and stuff. You know, I just don't get how people can find a rule-less lifestyle That word's not attractive. It's, I don't know what the word is in this situation. Like, enviable, maybe? Who knows? Is there someone you think knows everything? Because if so, I guarantee you that they don't. I know for a fact because people used to think that I knew everything and it friggin' sucked. Because, you know, you basically weren't allowed to say I don't know. Which is the worst thing ever because I say I don't know all the time, you know? Not so much like, I don't know. But because I have to admit that I don't know a lot of the time because there's a lot that I don't know. There is, and I hope always will be, a lot more that I don't know than I know. But, you know. If not, try again later. I've ranted about, goals, right? Like, the overall goal for your life. I think I have. Mine is to know everything. Even though it's impossible to do so. Probably influenced by the fact that people think I'm smart. Which I'm not. I would like to point this out. I am not smart. I am actually not smart. I am of average intelligence, I think. I don't know. No one knows. No one knows anything. I've never gotten my IQ tested, which means that it could be 4 or it could be lower than 4, because it's not 110,000, I can tell you that much. Like Einstein, man. So I was told that I was funny today by a lying liar. His name is, we'll call him Jeff Harold. His name wasn't Jeff or Gerald, but, you know, Jeff Harold is a great name, strong Christian name. So, I'm friends with Jeff Harold, and he's like, hey, Jimmy, summarize the Odyssey. So I was like, you know, so there's a boy named Odyssey Boy. So Odyssey Boy he's at Taco Bell eating the Xbox One X $5 box or whatever, so that he can win the Xbox One X, because, you know, he's a Microsoft boy. So Odyssey Boy is like, you know what, I should enlist in the army. And luckily there's a war called War Name of Trojan War with Troy. So he goes, he enrolls into the army, he does it. Then the war comes and they're like, oh no, we are going to lose this war. And Odyssey Boy says, hold up. So you've eaten a jelly donut before, right? He's telling this to John. So, John, you've eaten a jelly donut before, right? John says, yes. Odyssey Boy says, perfect. You've seen a horse, right? Yes. He actually got this idea from a wooden horse he saw prancing about. So he's like, okay, we make a wooden horse jelly donut, except instead of jelly, we put ourselves in, and instead of donut, it's horse. And John is like, that'll never work. Okay, let's build it. So they build it. Then Odyssey Boy says, okay, now we put our mans in it. So they put their mans in it. And then Odyssey Boy is like, hey, John, now that we've got all of our mans in it, we need to have you give it to the Troy boys and say, hi, this is a peace offering. Then John says, this isn't no peace offering, Odyssey Boy. What are you, stupid? And Odyssey Boy says, no, it's a plan. Trust me, I saw this wooden horse. So he explains how he got the idea. Then Then John's like, oh wait, this is gonna work. So he does it, and then they murder everyone at the dead of night because they think it's a gift from the Greekies. So that happens. Then Odyssey Boy goes home. He meets his mom. He's like, "Hey, Ma, I found a war. Are you happy now?" She's like, "Not until you go to college or go adventuring for 20 years and have a cool story." So, Odyssey Boy goes out. He says, "Ma, I'm gonna go adventuring." So she's like, "Yeah, sure, Odyssey Boy." So, Odyssey Boy goes out. He trips over and he says, "This is not going to work." So he wrote this cool story called The Odyssey. It took him like 20 minutes to write it, but so he's like, wait a minute, this story would take at least 20 years to take place, and if I'm gonna get my mom to think I'm cool, I gotta make her believe that this story could have really happened, you know? So he goes to this tree and he sits there for like 20 years, so surviving off of like instant noodles or whatever. And then he goes home and his mom's like, "Oh, hey, I'm dead. Also, it's cool that you survived off of instant noodles for 20 years. And Odyssey Boy is like, "What? No, not true, not true, not true, false, actually. One could say, check out this story I wrote." And Mom's like, that's pretty cool, you're pretty cool. And Odyssey Boy's like, "Thanks, you're dead." And she's like, "I know, Odyssey Boy. You're our little miracle boy. Because earlier that 20 years ago, Odyssey was just a wee lad, you see. A wee lad with no ambitions till he got his life back on the right track because his ma helped him get a life coach and the best decision of his life, you know." So that's the story of the Odyssey, summarized up by Jim Bag. People are cool, you know. Because today I heard my friend getting gossiped about. I think he might be a fake friend, but you know, it's fine. I already said I'd like to let people have the illusion that they're winning, but also, you know, they have to care about me in some capacity. What just happened? I don't know. But I heard he was getting gossiped about, so, you know, I wanted to say something. But I didn't, and I regret not doing it, because now I feel bad. But, you know, people often forget that people are cool. Someday someone should compile every like, life lesson, I guess, I teach into one book and call it, like, the Jim Bag Proverbs or whatever. But it has to be copied, like, word for word. Like, even with all my Jim Bag stuff. Jim Boy, Jim Bag. But, like, if I say, you know, people are cool, you've got to put, you know, people are cool, you know, it doesn't work like that. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. You're gonna die of exhaustion, man. And it's only 7:40. This is not good. This is not Gucci. One could say, actually, that this is not Gucci. Like I just said. And that's okay. I'm getting only greens from this button. If you've never played Refunct. Why? If you've never played Refunct, you wouldn't know what I'm talking about. But after you beat the game, there are these color button type deals you can press. And I was only getting green and puke green. People are like, hey, it's my 100th upload. You know, it's like, for me, that's nothing, man. I surpassed 100 a couple months ago. Surpassed 70 subscribers yesterday, which is ridiculous. I can't even freaking believe it. What if I got 100? I'll probably cry or something stupid like that. Because, you know, y'all mean something to me. Because I know most of you on a personal level. And even if I don't, you mean a lot to me. I try to remember stuff about everybody I meet. You know, just makes you feel better about yourself when someone cares enough to say, oh, hey, your phone got cracked yesterday, right? Yeah. How is that? Or your birthday's today, right? And I suck at birthdays, which is something I'm trying to get better at. That and being nice to people. Pretty bad at both. But, you know, as long as I'm not cynical. Cynical's dumb. Probably failed. Probably only cynicism now. But, you know, if I did, I'll try again later, you know. It's kind of hard to believe I'm growing up, you know. Makes me sad. Pretty much everything makes me sad. Not a lot doesn't. I get sad pretty easy. I try to be optimistic, but it doesn't work too often, and I get sad easily. I wouldn't say that I get sad easily. I just maybe it's like a mixture of me expressing my emotions via streaming that makes me exhausted, which makes me drained. Which, you know, maybe I confuse for sadness. Probably is that, you know. It's really neat. I learned a lot about myself through streaming. It didn't mean to say I learned, like, past tense I'm done with streaming, you know. Because I'm not. I definitely want to keep streaming. Streaming is great. But, you know. I don't want to only stream. And, you know, I've been streaming for like a year now, so. I've gotten pretty bored of it, so, you know, we know what this is kind of coming to a close. The streaming age of Jimmy. You know, I guess I should be 100% real with y'all. I want to stop streaming, you know. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, it's great. It's an amazing way to let your emotions out because you're the only person you do focus on. But it's left me feeling so drained, you know. And I can't be animated anymore. Like at school, I want nothing more than sleep, which is stupid. Because everybody wants nothing more than sleep, you know. How original! You're saying you're tired. I don't know. I don't know. There's too much I don't know. You can start to see my, or hear rather, my slow descent into insanity as my ADHD meds wear off and it gets later into the night. But I am stopping streaming is kind of on my plate. And if you don't like streaming, you can always like message me on Instagram and stuff. and try to answer. You can Skype me and stuff by messaging me on Instagram, and I'll give you my Skype and whatnot. What I won't give you is my social security unless you're the Prince of Nigeria. Because then I trust you. I could rant about trust, but I really don't have the emotional stamina to do so. Like I said, streaming drains me a lot. Because, you know, it's only talking. It started out as like, you know, yeah, it's only talking, sweet. But now it's not that I don't have a ready supply of things to talk to, because things to talk about. Because I do, and it isn't, you know, that my mouth is getting tired, because it isn't. It's just that it's tiring. I don't know, you can't really understand it until you have done it. Kind of like surfing, I guess, in a way. I'm trying to relate everything to everything else, you know. Fails a lot of the time.